Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Tech Collector. Today we're back with the finals for the microphone reviews that we've been doing for about a couple months now. I had a bit of a delay, got some other projects I got involved with, so we're back to kind of do those finals now. I've kind of come to the conclusion that the finals will include 2 large condensers and 2 dynamic mics, the ones that I thought worked best for my voice. So what we have, we'll start with the dynamics. We went with the Stealth. You know, I didn't like the preamp as much, but I do like the sound quality in V1 and in dark. It sounds actually really good with my voice. I was a fan of that mic. It sounded good in all the different places I've used it. I've actually mic'd some guitar cabs and some actual guitars with it now, and it turned out really well. I was really impressed with it. And the other is the Re20, the Venerable Re20, which everybody probably knows. I think if I didn't have such a habit of buying new toys, I could have been perfectly happy living with the Re20 and not mess with any of the other ones, because it does everything for my voice right, and been very happy with it. For the large condensers, we have the Soyuz. This one, it's smooth. It sounds really good with the vocals. I've recorded a couple of singers now with it that it absolutely sounded fantastic with those. So you know, it's got to be in the finals, because I think it's one of the more impressive ones that I have here in the locker. And the other one is great for spoken word, and that's the Cad E100s. I think this one deserves its spot in the finals because it is able to do everything I need it to when it comes to actual recording of voiceovers and podcasts and everything along those lines. It sounds really good, and you don't really have to do anything with the signal. After you get it, you record it, you're pretty much done. There's not a whole lot to do. So what we've done is I recorded each of these, some script, which is basically vintage rap lyrics, in the what we call the listen-ish room, which is a very simple Aston Halo with some sound treatment on the walls in a closet here. So recorded each of those so you can kind of see what they sound like outside of this, kind of reverberant large room with a lot of glass. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. I said a hip-hop, the hippie to the hippie, the hip-hip-a-hop and you don't stop, a rocket, to the bang-bang boogie, say up jump the boogie, to the rhythm of the boogie, the beat. I said a hip-hop, the hippie to the hippie, the hip-hip-a-hop and you don't stop, a rocket, to the bang-bang boogie, say up jump the boogie, to the rhythm of the boogie, the beat. I said a hip-hop, the hippie to the hippie, the hip-hip-a-hop and you don't stop, a rocket, to the bang-bang boogie, say up jump the boogie, to the rhythm of the boogie, the beat. I said a hip-hop, the hippie to the hippie, the hip-hip-a-hop and you don't stop, a rocket, to the bang-bang boogie, say up jump the boogie, to the rhythm of the boogie, the beat. Now here's a little story I've got to tell about 3 bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with Ad Rock, MCA, and me, Mike D. Now here's a little story I've got to tell about 3 bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with Ad Rock, MCA, and me, Mike D. Now here's a little story I've got to tell about 3 bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with Ad Rock, MCA, and me, Mike D. Now here's a little story I've got to tell about 3 bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with Ad Rock, MCA, and me, Mike D. So there you have it, some great literature from the Beastie Boys and the Sugar Hill Gang. I think I can hear it on my studio monitors very clearly that we have 2 very analytical, kind of recessed microphones and 2 kind of larger than life, very meaty microphones. I would say we would group the Re20 with the Soyuz, and grouped the Cad with the Stealth. I thought the Stealth was probably more accurate than the RE20. It definitely didn't need a pop filter as much as the RE20 did, but the RE20 just had a little bit more life, I think. And if I switch it to some of the other settings, I could probably get something similar from the Stealth, but the RE20 is kind of a set and forget. It just does it. So it's definitely, I think, of the dynamics, probably the way I would go if I could just have one. Of course, I have all of them, all the bigger dynamics, so I'll use them all when I need to. For the actual condenser mics, the Soyuz has been a favorite, since I very first got it. I think I like the sound with my voice. What I have found with the Cad is it's much clearer. It is precise. It's very detailed. And for, I would say, voiceover, it might be the better option. It just doesn't add anything to it. It's just a really clear, nice, recording of what you're saying. I will say, if I had to pick one of all of these to keep, of all of the ones that I've tested over all of these videos, I probably would end up with like the RE20 because I think it's the best for everything. I say that because I've gotten several new condensers that I think are much better than the Soyuz. I think the Soyuz is fantastic. I've gotten some new ones in, and we'll be reviewing those in the coming weeks. Look forward to, we've got reviews of the Josephson C705, which is awesome. The Warm Audio WA47, their knockoff of the U47, which is okay. And the king of most of the, I guess, YouTube mics, the Neumann U87. I've got the new AI here. I like it a lot as well. I will kind of give away some of the important stuff right up front and say that the Josephson so far is my dramatic preference for everything for my voice. And it's my voice, so it might not work as well for you, but those guys know how to make a mic. This is their cheap one, relatively cheap one, but it sounds absolutely fantastic, and I would put it up against pretty much anything that I have, and all the ones that you've seen. Nothing I think is really even the same league as that one. So look forward to that one. We'll have that one coming up soon. Plus we're going to have some universal in-ear monitors from Jerry Harvey Audio to review. I have all of his customs, but I have not really done much with his universals. So that's going to be coming here in the near future. So we'll see you next time.